I'm Ben Hunt, a farm advisor working with farmers to improve water quality. Agriculture faces some major challenges: high input prices, climate change, and the growing threat of regulation to protect the environment, especially in catchments like this here, where there's an underground aquifer used for public drinking water. But it's polluted with high levels of nitrates, mainly arising from intensive agriculture. Given these challenges, it's obvious to me at least that agriculture needs to change, especially in catchments like this. Is carbon farming the answer? And if so, how do we incentivise it? There's been a lot of excitement about the soil carbon market, where companies pay farmers to employ carbon farming practices that remove atmospheric carbon into the soil to offset their emissions. It seems like a win-win for everyone. By increasing soil carbon, we could also mitigate climate change, but it could also improve the resilience and sustainability of farming, helping farmers cope with some of the challenges just mentioned. But there was very little market activity happening in the UK. Was it really the silver bullet I thought it was? On one hand, it showed great promise. On the other hand, it seemed fraught with challenges around greenwash, and people were calling it the Wild West. The good news was there were several projects happening abroad that were seemingly making a success of soil carbon markets and overcoming these challenges. My Nuffield scholarship took me across Europe, the US and Canada to investigate how they were doing it. What I found is that they weren't really overcoming these challenges. There were clear issues around additionality and permanence. Most farmers I met had adopted their carbon farming practices in the past. They were being paid for what they were already doing rather than new practices. There was little change or additionality. The carbon price needs to increase a lot to drive additional change. Otherwise, the carbon offset market is just funding what's already happening but claiming it is theirs. This is greenwash, and there's a risk that farmers get embroiled in this. Overall, I identified more risks than opportunities to selling soil carbon credits into the voluntary offset carbon market. However, a lot of these risks can be avoided if farmers sell soil carbon credits as an inset into their food and beverage supply chains, and I suggest this is a safer route for farmers to take. As someone interested in driving change, from what I've seen, I've found the soil carbon markets to be quite underwhelming. They're at a very early stage, and they may have a role in the future as market integrity improves and the carbon price increases. But I'd suggest they're perhaps not the silver bullet I'd hoped for, but they could be one piece of the puzzle. After Nuffield, I'll be keeping a close eye on the soil carbon market to help farmers navigate this ever-evolving space. But what's captured my imagination far more were the farming entrepreneurs I met creating clever business models and insulating themselves so well against the industry challenges of the future. One example is an entrepreneur I met in the Netherlands who was paying farmers to plant in-field wild flower strips and harvesting that into a premium herbal tea product. These people seem to be driving far more change than the carbon market was, and as someone interested in change, it's got me really excited. I've already attended DEFRA's new entrant pilot scheme to see what support is on offer to new entrants and entrepreneurs wanting to get into farming, and it's not much. I want to see what else can be done to attract and support entrepreneurs and new entrants into farming to bring the change that is needed, particularly in catchments like these.